Hi guys, welcome to another video, and this time we are recapping the opening round of LFM and Nurburgring. As we dive into the action here, going into turn number 1, a huge gaggle of cars seems to be having a crash here. So a huge gaggle of cars crashed the Lambo, rejoined in an unsafe manner, went into the side of the Ferrari, and in return here he hit me, and that put me on the grass. Going into the instant replay, getting into turn number 1, King was the culprit here, going into the side of the McLaren, the two McLarens getting destroyed. Tries to accelerate after the fact that he spun, and then the Lambo rejoining sharply into the racetrack. That put me on the grass, and a messy lap number 1. But anyways, we are now going into lap number 2. We are dicing, and this is the only action that I had in the race between Moya and Karuta. Karuta defending in the inside, however the Porsche of Moya had a better drive coming out of the carousel, going into the Schumacher S's. The AMG's line got compromised because the Porsche was inside, and with that being said, we are now taking advantage, picking up the scraps in the background, going into this left-hander here, taking the position away from the AMG. And that's the only overtake that I had in the race. Anyways, continuing on with the highlights, we have King, a massing hit into the back of Axen, and here is Biela going side by side with the King, but he got turned into and then diving down the inside very late against Axen. Axen didn't like that. He is flashing him left, right, and center to express his frustration. And now going into the next highlight, again, King is involved here, and this time we have Jimenez and Bielak. Bielak goes down the inside. Like the gap was enough for him to go into. Unfortunately, there was no gap there to go through. And here is Jimenez. I'm just picking up the positions here from the guys who are crashing out. But anyways, I got 11th place there, but that doesn't matter anymore as we go into race number 2. Going into turn number 1, we don't have King in this race, hence there's no crash, there's no carnage going into turn number 1. However, we have Lewis Brown here getting 180 into turn number 2, and we're going to check the incident later. Now, this 2 BMW, the blue BMW, tries to open up the right-hander. He didn't take into account that there was a car on the left, and he clouted the barrier as a result of that. And as we go through the series of corners, we're trying to defend against Caceres into the series of corners. But anyways, let's review those 2 incidents. So this is Lewis in his Merc. So he got 180. He just went through him. Nothing wrong on the part of the Mustang. And here's the second incident. Again, the blue BMW just tried to open up the right-hander and didn't take into account that Baroni was on the left. And I'm sorry, I couldn't pronounce your last name. And fast forward now, again in the same spot, he amassed it into Ferreira. Got destroyed there, and he quit after that incident. Anyways, in the middle part of the race, I'm battling with Caceres, who is currently 8th place. I'm trying to hold 7th place against him, but he just had too much pace against me, and I couldn't do nothing about it. Going through this series of corners here, I went a little bit wide, but not enough to for him to have a sniff against me. But over here, going into this large sweeping hairpin, this is where it all unraveled for me. I outbraked myself. I opened the gap in the inside. He exploited that gap, and there he goes. I just waved him by like I wasn't fighting for the position, and going through the Schumacher SS. I couldn't reclaim that place anymore. He was just too quick. Caceres was just too quick. However, towards the end of the race, I got a freebie in the form of this Honda of Finn is rear stepping out and just hitting the barrier ever so slightly. And watch this, guys. This is textbook rejoin here. Textbook rejoin all around. Not reversing into the middle of the racetrack, which is great. So kudos to him for being disciplined and not being selfish. But anyways, going into the final race, race number 3. Again, we don't have King here, so we don't have Carnage going into turn number 1. And there's Lewis Brown, look, in the black Merc. Pay attention to that black Merc. Again, he made the same mistake, and this time I am involved. I tried to evade him, but there was a Maka on the right and I hit him back as a result of sideswiping the Maka. Anyways, I deem that as a racing incident, and to further support my claim, I'm going to play a replay of another guy's stream analyzing the incident.
So the Ferrari got tapped. I'm guessing, Mom, but that is you. I'm the Ferrari that hit you coming out of the grass. Sorry, I tried to evade, but there was a Maka right. I think the Maka hit you though, didn't it, Verano? Oh, you actually moved right. You moved right to avoid him, and then got clipped and just killed you. Well, really killed the Merc. Oh my god. Gosh damn, BMX, you got absolutely like just 2 bad spots at one time. Because I don't think you or the Bentley did anything wrong. But if you wanna try to report it, by all means. I mean, it's so hard because he's going straight for the apex. I mean, he's just going straight for the apex. It's brutal.
Yeah, I fully agree with all that he said. But anyways, here is the BMW having a meltdown. So the reason why I characterize it as a meltdown is because he kept making the same mistake in the same spot before the Coca-Cola bend. Here's another mistake here, going on to the grass before the Coca-Cola bend, and Suazo just taking him down the inside. So that's 2 mistakes, and here is the 3rd mistake here. This one involving me. He made a massive mistake just cutting the chicane. And with that being said, I just went through coming in hot, zooming in, and I took the position from him, and he never recovered from that. So that's 3 times in a row. It's like he's fixing the race or something. But anyways, going into the last clip, we have Suazo flouting the barrier, hamassing the barrier, and that gave me 4th place to end my week. So here is Suazo here. Suazo just accelerated or got a little bit too trigger happy with the throttle. But anyways guys, thank you for watching and see you on the next one.